Hello, everyone. Welcome to my 14th day of my 7th Entrypoint Waterfast. If this is the first time you are seeing me, then I would suggest that you go through the links in the description to the stream, because then everything that I'll be saying will make way more sense. But today I want to speak to those of you who made it, to the 14th day of your water fast. And I would really would like to congratulate you. And for as I did last time, you made it through the first 7 days. Now, just the 7 days drinking water only, most people don't make it, and you made it. That tells you so much about how enslaved by your taste and feelings you are. And you made it through the first 7 days. But more than that, because you made it through the first 7 days, you got yourself into the superketosis state, the state that the human body was made for through evolution. And that way, physically, you could have, maybe you didn't feel that well because you wanted to eat something, but physically, you just, it's like putting your body to the genetic evolutionary repair shop. Now, everything that the superketosis state can do for you, I mentioned it in the previous videos, or in the video called how to eliminating cancer cells. The link is in the description to this video. So all of this you are able to experience for the whole week. Now, you just by doing this for 2 weeks, drinking water only, you probably prolong your life by a year, two, who knows? You probably strengthened your mental abilities. And I really want to congratulate you because, as you probably know, I've been doing these fasts for the past 2 years. And I've run into so many people who tried, who don't even try, and they just eliminate themselves from this tool that all of us have inside of us. So now it's 2 weeks, and what's ahead of us? By now, your body and yourself got probably used to it. You just drink water and you're okay. Now, in the previous videos and also in this one, I want to talk about meditation, and I want to talk about entry point meditation. Because just like you have a standard water fast, you have entry point water fast. And the difference is that during entry point water fast, you try to also work with your brain, with your mind, and get way more from the fasting process than if you just do fasting. And that's the same thing with standard meditation and entry point meditation. So during standard meditation, you sit down, you close your eyes, you take a few deep breaths, you calm down, and then you start your practice. You either focus on something, breath, thought, mantra, or you don't focus on anything, and you stay in the state for 10, 20, 30 minutes, 1 hour, 5 hours. Some people do it for a week. And on the first level, the people who do it, they feel physically better, they feel refreshed, they feel like they calm down, and that's why they do it. The next level would be that you try to learn more about yourself and about your mind and how your brain works. And One of the top levels, I would say, is that some people meditate because they want to reach something that's called an enlightenment. And that's the standard meditation. And then you meditate, some people meditate for 10, 20, 30 years, and they never reach this enlightenment. So that's meditation. Now let's look at entry point meditation. And from the entry point of view, and the word entry point comes from a philosophy called Entrypoint philosophy. The playlist about the philosophy you can find also in the description to this video. And I can actually say right now that Entrypoint philosophy is very similar to analytical idealism. If you want to Google it, you can Google it out. So through the entry point glasses, the point of view, when you look at meditation, you know, that's let's look at it differently, right? Imagine that there's a movie theater, and in the movie theater, there's one person, one chair, and they're watching a movie. And let's say that the movie is the most exciting movie in the world, but the movie is very long. Let's say many weeks. So as the person sits there, they get so and let's say also that let's start this way. So as they watch it, they get really attached to what's happening there. They almost feel like they're inside of the story, inside of the movie. And let's also say that the movie is shot from the point of view, from the first person point of view. So then eventually this viewer feels like he's the one who's experiencing the movie, right? And they are extremely attached to the movie. They're like, you know, that's they feel like it's their life. So to get them out of it, you somehow have to create space between the movie and them, so they realize that they're outside of the movie. So one way to do it is that you ask them to close their eyes so they don't see the movie. They still hear the sounds, but you tell them breathe and concentrate on your breath. Standard meditation. They meditate, and basically trying to create a space between the thoughts and what they hear and how they put it into context. So in standard meditation, you concentrate on, let's say, breath. And every time a thought comes and takes you away, you realize that you're thinking, you are inside of the thought, and you come back to the breath and you do it back and forth. And this way, eventually you realize that you are not the one who's making the thoughts. The thoughts are just appearing. So there's no reason to pay attention to them if they are not yours. And that way you create the space so that when you open your eyes and you see the movie, you will have the space. So because that's the way I look at it, right? And in fact, I'll even put it a step further. So the people who try to reach enlightenment, they actually try to get to the point where they are disassociated completely from the movie. Now, the way I look at it, imagine that the person in the theater is you, but you are not in the standard theater that you are sitting down and you're watching your screen, but you are in more technologically advanced theater. So this is the theater. You are in a 3D space, right? You can even imagine it like in the movie Matrix. You are in a 3D space, and that's the movie, and you are the viewer who is watching the 3D space movie. This is the movie, the 3D movie, through the eyes shot from the point of view, and you are completely attached to the surroundings. You are completely attached to this computer because it's your computer. It's your camera. It's your light. It's your water. It's your mic. It's your desk. It's your internet connection. It's your house. It's your country. It's your city. It's your home, right? Now, the endpoint, the enlightenment, is reached by you getting so disassociated with everything around you and realizing that you are the watcher, that the watcher is, as I explained it in my previous videos from Entrypoint philosophy, the watcher is the field that's all around us. Once you get into this field, you will allow your physical body, your physical body, to get into what's called a flow that reacts completely naturally without you trying to interfere. Now, standard meditation, that's how you get there. You concentrate on the breath, you disassociate from the thoughts, and then eventually you'll get into a very nice, nice state. But then you open your eyes, you get into everyday life, and you lose it. So, Entrypoint Waterfast has one huge benefit, and that is that when you're fasting, you always know that you are fasting because you always feel, in your mouth, you feel like you would right to put something, something with flavor and taste in your mouth because the taste buds didn't have any flavor because you were just drinking water. So this is sort of like a permanent reminder, right? That's consistent during the fasting process. You always know it. Now, this persistent knowing and feeling that you are fasting can be used just like in the standard meditation. You concentrate on the breath. You can concentrate on the feeling of fasting during the day. So the way I do it, I go through life. I go through the 3D movie, and every time, which is, let's say, almost all the time, I realize that I am doing fasting. It takes me out of the reality into the fasting, and I always have in my mind that Entrypoint Waterfast is about me realizing that I am the watcher. So so fasting feeling takes me out of the reality when I'm stuck into something and I'm inside of a story. When I get attached to the 3D movie, when I think of the fasting, I realize I'm fasting, and when I realize that I'm fasting, I realize that I am the watcher. So I'm constantly during the day, hundreds of times, reminded that I am the watcher. And this is exactly what how standard meditation works. You concentrate on your breath, a thought comes, catches your attention, pulls you away, you are stuck in the thought, then you realize that you should be concentrating on the breath. You let go of the thought and you come back to the breath. Concentrate on the breath, another thought comes out, takes you away, and you're going back. That's the same thing with the entry point water fast, the entry point meditation. During your standard life, you always want to view everything as a whole, and not being stuck in a story first as a whole and then view the stories. And every time, so that's sort of so when you're stuck in the story, that's like when you're stuck in the thought during standard meditation. And when you're stuck in the story in your 3D movie and you realize that you are fasting, which is quite often, and when you feel when you realize you're fasting, immediately you realize you are the watcher and it takes you away from the 3D movie. So this is what you should be concentrating on during the next several days, because what I'm talking about will be much, if you try it, it will be much stronger during this superketosis state, because as I was saying last time, it puts the superketosis state, makes sure it's scientifically proven that it puts more blood and nutrients in your brain. So in this state, you can really, really improve the way you are aware of things around you and how conscious you are. So it's like a entry point meditation. It's like a super meditation because you can meditate 24 hours, all the time. So be safe. If you're interested in fasting, write me comments, check the links below, and enjoy life while it lasts.